Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Misscliks D&D Devotion. It's been so long.
Too long. Missed you all.
I missed you all too.
I don't remember how to play D&D, you guys.
You don't remember
how
how
to play?
I forgot.
What happened to your other game before this?
It's on hiatus too. I'm completely starving for D&D
Oh.
right now.
Starving.
That's a shame. We're gonna have to remedy that. I
Yes.
think we can do that today, though. I think we can fix this D&D shortage. So
Thank
while
you.
I set up our D&D shortage fix, Trump, why don't you tell us what's going on in your life?
Well, I am the low energy man today since I came back from Gamescom. Surprised Jen is so hoppy, it seems.
I took one day off work to recover, which was not planned. So it's like, woo! I slept all day. It was great. I didn't unpack though, so I feel kind of guilty. So I'm like, should I do it after this stream? It's gonna be so late, but I really should.
I have to
I should
unpack
do
after a trip.
What? Are you guys crazy? I just don't unpack ever.
Well, you also travel more than the average person.
I mean, you guys travel a lot too. But I guess, that's why I don't unpack, because it's like as soon as I put my stuff away, I have to pull it back out and pack again.
Yeah, I like having just a travel set of stuff that just stays in the bag and you travel with that.
Yeah, actually, I was noticing that my like toiletry bag, where you keep like your toothbrush and stuff, I have not unpacked that. Like I just use it at home for like 6 years. It's just the same bag that I keep all my toiletry stuff in.
Makes
I love it.
perfect sense.
It's like a sleepover boyfriend bag, except it's for events. Yeah.
It's for everywhere. You just live out of that bag.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, I wish, like, if I could, I like admire people that can literally live out of a backpack. Like, could live out of it, like, fit everything they need, the essentials, their clothes, and could just travel everywhere. Because, like, I feel like I take too much traveling now.
Speaking of traveling, I think some of us also did some traveling. Jen, or I guess Jira, you were at Gamescom recently, weren't you?
So cute. I'm sorry, I missed her a lot, so I'm being extra cheesy with my cat. She lived at my mom's place for a month because I had the back-to-back travel.
Aww.
So it's been so long, and yesterday she hated me because it was so long.
Aww.
She plays hard to get when I get her back. She's like, I don't love you. She doesn't purr. She doesn't like do anything with love in it. I'm like, but I missed you, little cat.
That'll change. That'll change when she's older, and then all of a sudden it's like, meow, as soon as you walk in the door, then they like cling to you forever.
But she usually does that, but like when I leave her for a while, then she doesn't. Out of hatred. I don't know.
Oh no.
And I found out she's much older than I thought she was.
Oh really? How old is she?
Yeah, they lied to me when I adopted her. She's like 5.
Oh.
Yeah, she's much older, and she may have had babies, and she has like 2 broken teeth and a missing one. And I'm like, Jesus.
Dang.
My cat has been through some rough times, but it's okay. We'll fix her.
Just tender love and care.
Yeah, it's okay. Anyway, so I was at Gamescom for Far Cry 5. It was nice. I trained some demoists, like an army of German people that were like student aged and all beautiful and equally male and female with equal different like races. And I was like, they did a good job trying to like be super representative of everyone except age, all young and beautiful. Everyone beautiful in the world was represented.
I had a player in one of my other campaigns who goes to an esports school in Denmark, and they took a class field trip to Gamescom. I'm super jealous. I never get to go to school like that.
Cool.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like high school, our demoists. Like, I'm pretty sure things happened during the weeks between them, and I was like, I can see this. And one of the guys dropped a line on me too. Like some 19-year-old or something.
Was it a good line?
He went,
what's the line?
He went, you smell? And I'm like, oh, and then he goes, like Chanel. And I thought it was so good, like horrible but great at the same time. Like I really laughed, and I was like, well played, well played.
You smell like Chanel.
Yeah. So now I call those boot boys. Yes. You know, there's boot babes and there's boot boys.
Ah, boost.
Oh, booth boys. Okay. I
Yes.
was like, what?
Boot boys. Damn it. It's okay. They did a really good job though, to be honest. Yep. Anyway, and I wanted to do a special friendship shout out to Trump because he didn't only come to see me once, but he came to say hi twice and did suffer a whole like 30 minutes of masterclass where I demoed the game while saying stupid shit, and he stayed. And like, I want to shout out to that because not many people do the effort during a convention where you're working to come see other people. Like, I don't do this effort. I'm a shit person, but Trump is a great person. And like, next time I'll step up my friendship game because I really admire what he did. So I wanted to say you're awesome.
Oh, you're making me blush.
It made me so happy. Power of friendship.
I had to see how you would do at presentation. Turns out Jen's pretty good at shooters, by the way.
Yay!
Yeah, shot some people really good in Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I was glad to do the demo because like people expect a guy to do it, and I was like, bam, headshot.
I love that.
What's up with you, Cass? It's been like 3 weeks, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna go into my stuff, but it's been a crazy couple weeks. I'm just very thankful that bad situations have been removed and quality of life is better, and been streaming, and I'm trying to think what else I've done. Hiking, I've been out. Oh, I wake surfed again this weekend, and I stayed up for almost 5 minutes, which is a really long time for only your second time wake surfing. And like, yeah, I did really well this time. So my pro wake surfing dreams are happening. I'm gonna be a pro wake surfer. Yep.
Cool.
And yeah,
Are you gonna do live streams, IRL streams from your wake surfing board?
Yeah, I am going to soon.
Cool. I look forward to that.
As soon as I know for sure that I won't like knock the camera into the water. I got some gear though that'll allow me to IRL stream hiking and all this stuff. So I've been really working on like trying to get like IRL streams up because I want to like, you know, experience the world and share that a lot. So I'm really excited for that. Yeah, I'm super excited for it. And then saw the eclipse as well. The eclipse I saw it in totality, which I have to say,
oh my god,
is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was, you know, when you watch those movies and you see like these crazy things happening, you're just like, that's just so unreal. Like, it felt like that in real time. It felt so unreal to see it darken, but then to see the bright ring around it, it was mesmerizing. It literally at that point, seeing that, I was like, all right, aliens are real, vampires, all of it's real. It just was so cool. And I love space and astronomy and moons and stars and all that stuff. So for me, it was amazing. As a matter of fact, the next time there's one, I'll be there no matter what. I don't care where it is.
In like 100 years?
No. Actually, there'll be another one, I think, in... there's another one in like 3 years in Argentina, or 2 or 3 years.
Really?
Yeah. So a trip to Argentina.
Nice.
Yeah.
We should all go and do
It would be really cool.
And do a D&D show from there called D&D Eclipse, where our characters live in the night forever or some shit.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty good.
That would be cool.
Actually.
So yeah,
people prepare for it. They know it's coming, and then the sun will never come back. Ta, ta, ta.
Ooh.
D&D Eclipse. This is like, all right, in 3 years, D&D Argentina Eclipse edition.
yeah. Well, in the U.S., it'll actually be in the U.S. I think in 7 years. Again, the total eclipse, but it just like I said, it was something unreal to see. It was really cool experience. You know, it got all dark and quiet and like got all wind chilled and everything. So it was cool. So that was probably definitely the highlight of my last few weeks. But I'm really excited D&D's back because I really love playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I haven't played in 3 weeks, and I'm itching.
Well, Anna, how's life for you?
So busy. I like, you know how your computer, when it has like a major background process running and everything else you're trying to do on the surface is like just a little bit off and slow, kind of chuggy. That's how I feel. I feel like there's so much background process going that when I'm talking to people like day to day, it's like, hello human, what say human? Like, I'm just, I don't know. But the cool thing that I'm working on a bomber jacket for my D&D character from my other show, like I don't know, modern. I didn't want to cosplay all the way, so I just wanted to do something like kind of modern AU. So I taught myself how to create digital embroidery designs and send them to this machine that does digital embroidery. So I created, I don't know how well you can see because of my light so bright, but like some digital embroidery designs.
Wait, you did that without being there?
I was there, but what I do is you create a design and then you plug your sewing machine into the computer, and then it draws the design in stitches for you.
Was each spike on that sun a separate pattern, or is the whole thing one big pattern?
The whole thing is one pattern, but you have to design like the order that the stitches will go in and the different colors of the different stitches. And
that is so cool.
I had to do like probably 10 test runs to make it like lay the right way and everything, but I was pretty proud. And then I did like some hand appliquing on the back. It feels really good.
Good job, Anna.
Thank you. I'm trying to make some time to just do those kind of things that like rest my brain processes.
It's really cool.
That seems so difficult to me. Like, that's amazing
It
to
does.
me.
Like, I'm glad you find this fun. Because it doesn't sound like fun to me.
And I have to finish this dress before.
But it's impressive as hell.
Because I'm making a Mario
You're
dress.
making this dress?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's so cool.
I'm doing that for one of my PAX outfits, and that's just all I have to finish is the armholes. And
That is a
the-
freaking cool dress, Anna.
Thank you.
I would
need
pay
that.
for this dress.
I love making dresses for my friends. So you guys.
I know. I keep forgetting. I need you to make me things.
I would pay, like, I would pay you money plus shipping fees.
You don't have to.
Anna quits esports, just becomes a dressmaker.
I'm streaming. I'm from my sewing streaming station. I have my little like.
Cool.
I'm actually sewing as we're talking.
I might do a little hand sewing.
She's just sewing with her feet over there, probably. She's just like.
Also, currently doing this humongous scarf.
Yeah.
Anna is so talented, I would actually believe that this is possible.
All right. Why don't we hop into game, though?
Yeah, we did talk a while.
It's all right. It's been weeks. It's been a long time. So you guys, if everyone remembers, are over by the ocean. I'm gonna do the recap just to speed it along quickly. You guys are currently over here. That didn't ping. Somewhere in this big black area that has been colored for you. You're not quite sure where. You left from Sandashar way down here and kind of took a route through the hills. You were supposed to go this way, but you got a little bit lost, and now you're over here somewhere. I think there was a battle with some ogres. Your mom went her own way. No one really knows what happened to Neeson, Ransom's younger brother. Older brother? Younger brother? Remember?
Younger.
Younger brother. Sure, younger brother.
Trump's like, yeah.
Yeah. And you guys are taking the overland route back to the Elven Kingdom, way over here. because I think you guys are a little tired and afraid of ships and going through this passage that somehow you've ended up right next to anyway. Because someone missed their perception checks and got the whole party lost.
Somebody.
I don't remember who
the
that
instructions
was.
were just to follow your heart on where to go.
Yep.
Yeah, that was it.
Both our minds went the same place, Jen, right there, just so you know.
So, you guys are out here on the cliffs. You camped last night. Dawn is breaking. You have Rhonda and Guy Claypool with you. And where do you want to go? What's the plan? What are you guys up to? What are you doing?
I'm following Ransom.
Great. We finally know the way. Let's go. I follow the coast east.
All right. It is a pretty long coastline. Let's see if we have any random encounters while you search for the exit of these darned hills. Just so we all remember, we're in a canyon areas that look something like this.
Oh yeah, claustrophobic thingies.
Yeah, lots of big canyons.
Who was it that climbed that? Was it me?
I believe it was, yes.
I climbed it very well, if I remember correctly.
Yes, you did.
I seem to recall you rolled a 26.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right, so your first day of travel is quite pleasant. You can go along the edge of the coast. Every now and then you have to like scramble up a cliff where the water washes all the way up against the cliff sides and kind of climb forward. But you manage to get out of the hilly areas and enter into this kind of open desert that's just a little bit off the hillsides. Oops, full zoomed in on this guy. The area stretches before you, just kind of this rocky area, a little bit of shrubs here and there, some weird looking trees, some cliffs to your side, and then to your left is the big ocean. The night eventually settles on your first day of travel. I think you guys having any conversations? What's the mood of the party as you're walking?
Kellen is bored stiff. He does not like this whole like traveling on foot thing, and really like to be just like sitting and writing. So for a while he tried to entertain himself by like taking inspiration from around him, but since the scenery doesn't change very much, he just ended up singing like grass, 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 rocks and rocks, and it just got more and more annoying until Olivia probably.
And I'm like, oh, I think you got something about Roxanne.
No, a song about a girl named Roxanne would never be popular.
No, like Roxanne.
Yeah, so Kellen like thinks about that for a while, but he's just kind of like.
No, okay.
And he's just like very creatively stifled right now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to distract you because I'm bored. So I need a distraction, and my distraction will be to distract you.
Okay.
So I'm thinking every time that I take a shift at night, I paint something different, like on the walls of the cliff and on the ground.
Ooh.
So that when you wake up, there's always like a different landscape around you.
Oh my gosh, that's so romantic, babe. It's like a love letter, but in art. I wish that there was some way that I could take all of these folders with me.
Well, we could carry this pebble.
I take it and I'm like, I'll keep it close to my heart forever.
That's pretty sweet.
And now just think all the people that come after us will see this and wonder what great artist painted it and what love motivated them.
Every time I sign it, Olivia. I'm just kidding. I don't.
You don't sign it, Olivia? Why?
Well, actually, I do a heart and put our names in it.
Oh.
Of course I do.
Oh, I just realized our names are O and K, so it would be a heart with OK in it.
Yeah, I don't put that's a great idea. I don't put the plus in it. It just writes okay with a heart so that people feel like good when they see it.
I want to make this embroidery logo right now.
They feel okay about it. Oh my god, this is so romantic. I'm gonna puke.
On the other side of the party, Kess and Ransom, how are you two doing? How are you getting along?
I don't know. I think last time we left off, we were okay, but there's still been no like crazy moments between us. So we're just kind of like there, I think, right now. So I'm walking along. I'm observing my brother and Olivia, and I'm like, oh, it's cute. And like, even though I think it's kind of sappy right now, I still think it's really cute inside. I'm just not showing it as much.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
yeah.
Do you seem pretty depressed right now?
Yeah, I probably am still. I think I'm just going like, you know, when you give like that half-hearted smile and like you're trying to pretend everything's okay, but you're not.
Do you think I can see through it or not?
I don't know. Are you looking?
Let's do a perception check. Because I think I was focused on my boyfriend, but who
Probably.
knows?
That's a good description.
yeah.
What you just said, Cass, of what Ransom's feeling, or what.
I guess I
Sort
don't.
of feeling the same.
Maybe I'll try with Ransom. Because maybe I see it with Ransom.
Nope.
No. Alright, nobody else is getting art.
Aw.
I was like, she could do it for other people if she feels they're sad, but she doesn't feel they're sad. She's so self-centered. All she sees is her love.
Aw. That's sweet.
That's so romantic.
So I think when we're sitting down, I'm just sitting there drawing in the sand. I'm just sitting there and like drawing little pictures of like sunsets in the sand.
Yeah, I'll idly poke at the ground with a glaive.
The ground does not fight back.
Destroying
the
the sunset. Oh.
So,
Well, if you're doing art, you should use some colors. Like here, have some blue. I don't really use it that much anyway.
Are you handing it to me?
Yeah.
It squirts all over the ground.
Oh. Well,
I mean,
as I said,
not like smeary, but it's not like amazing. But I'm not really trying. I'm just kind of like, you know, idly drawing.
well, you know, you're good at singing, so it's okay.
Thanks.
It's great that you find different ways to express your creativity, you know.
Yeah, I just miss the sunsets. It'd be nice to see one right now.
Can we see sunsets from out here?
well, when the sun does go down, let me get to the sunset picture. It's a little bit back here somewhere. Yeah. There's a sunset that night when you show up.
Oh, okay. That instantly boosts my mood.
Oh.
Oh.
In actual reality, you should like. Did you notice how Bree's face just goes?
Ooh, sunset.
Love sunsets more than anyone I've ever met.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's so true. Like, that's like my inner
Even
real
just a
life right
photo.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I admire the sunset. If we are coming upon that, it brightens my mood, and I'm just kind of calm.
That night passes without a problem. But when you wake up in the morning, you find that there are some goats nearby. There's like 10 goats. Just like right there. Like 30 feet from you.
No goat keeper.
No goat herder. There's just 10 goats hanging out.
Goat party! I run up to the goats.
No, don't scare them, babe.
Okay, I run carefully up to the goats. I tiptoe up to the goats.
Okay. You approach the goats carefully. They seem unbothered by this.
I go. Meh.
They completely ignore you.
I start petting one and I say, Olivia, this is our goat child.
Wait,
Ooh.
I have animal handling, so if I go up to one, what? I still don't understand what animal handling does, because I feel like it hasn't helped me in any way.
Let's read the description of the proficiency.
Okay.
Animal handling. This proficiency in this area enables a character to exercise a greater than normal degree of control over pack animals and beasts of burden. A successful proficiency check indicates that the character has succeeded in calming an excited or agitated animal. In contrast, a character without the proficiency only has a 20% chance in succeeding at the attempt.
Okay, so it's just if they're like wild, I can calm them down.
Yeah, or even like if there's a horse that's been spooked and is kind of freaking out, you can like calm the horse down.
Okay. All right. I walk over to the goats too, and I start petting one.
They seem pretty chill. They just kind of munch on what little grasses are around you guys.
I pick up some grass and I feed a couple of them.
I look around. Do I see any evidence that there's like a keeper of these goats, or that like, you know, I think I have animal handling too, or I ask Kess, just like, is it normal for a pack of goats to be chilling out, wandering around?
I mean, just out of the middle of nowhere, I don't think so. What if something happened to their owner?
Maybe they're a wild pack of goats, and now we can adopt them all as our goat children.
I mean, they seem pretty calm. I would assume if they're wild, they wouldn't be like this calm around us. They might run away.
By wild, I just mean homeless and in need of a family.
Okay.
We could adopt all of these goats. It would be pretty rad.
I mean, we've never had 10 goats before. This would be a new adventure.
Well, I mean, like, they also probably produce, like, milk, and if someday we want to settle down and start, like, a cheese business, we're in for a treat, people.
I've heard goat cheese is really amazing.
I ate it once in my entire life, and it was, like, clouds. Like, clouds that have dropped onto the earth and solidified in the form of cheese. Yes.
I really wish I had clipped. We've never had 10 goats before. I was too low.
So yes, I think we should get 10 goats. How do you feel, Ransom? Milk every day.
Seems like more work than it's worth. I'm just kind of ready to go, but staring back at the party.
Like, sometimes don't you just want to, like, drop everything, like, drop your job and become, like, a cheesemaker?
Actually, that doesn't sound like half a bad idea. We have a beautiful view out here, and we can set up camp and just sell cheese all day.
Too fast for mine.
Yes, who would we play music for?
We play music for the goats, of course. It would be like, what is it? Isn't there a thing like Kobe beef or, you know,
Kobe
beer?
goats.
Like the fed beer. I mean,
Yeah.
goats probably produce better cheese if you play music for them.
Cat and Kellen's goat factory business.
I mean,
Pastures.
just because we can make better goat cheese with my music doesn't mean it's the best food. Like, just because butter makes a good body oil doesn't mean it's not better on bread.
All right. Like, it was more of a metaphor than actual.
Well, why don't we take them with us?
We should
should've just
definitely
leave
take the
them.
goats, though. Like, you can't just leave a goat like
Maybe-
that.
Maybe we can sell them at the next town.
This is our goat child! We're not selling.
So all 10 of them are goat child.
No, just this one.
Okay, then we'll sell the rest of the other 9.
And that one.
Okay, and then we'll
It's a-
sell the 8.
Okay, it's her sister, you know.
Fine, whatever you want.
Oh my god, we need to name them, babe.
Well, obviously you're the best at that, so I was just waiting until you did.
I think we need to spend more time with them to, like, kind of get to know them and find their real, like, inner names.
I imagine, Neil, tell me if I'm wrong, but I imagine that one is like one of those black goats with like gray tips. So he's got like a little gray beard and kind of like gray circles around his eyes.
That's exactly
then-
what I was thinking.
Good. And then one is brown and white, like chocolate brown spots on white.
Hmm?
Yeah, those are our goats.
All right.
Stew and ragu. I see it.
Stew? You're naming your goat Stew?
Stew and ragu?
That feels a little insensitive, babe.
Well, as long as we don't
sad.
eat them, it's not insensitive. It's the first thing that popped in my head. No, okay, I'll find things about cheese. It'll be much better.
All right. So you guys take your 10 goats and continue heading east, mostly east, maybe a little bit southeast.
Are any of the goats wearing bells?
No, there are no bells on the goats.
No collars or ropes or identifying things of any kind?
There are collars on them. Now that you're looking at them carefully, yes, each goat has a collar.
What's on the collar? Anything?
It's just like a piece of rope that goes around their neck and has like a little loop at the bottom for you to attach like something else to.
I just wanted to imagine that we were walking and we now sounded like one of those herds of goats, like clunk, 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 like those cowboys.
Maurice! One of them is Maurice.
I think that's the black one with the gray beard.
Okay, that's Maurice.
Right. You guys continue your journey eastward.
With the goats?
With the goats.
Oh, this is so good. We got goats.
And after about half an hour, you come across this, not directly in front of you, but a little off to the side. You notice there's this like depression in the ground. As you get a little bit closer to it, it looks like some sort of giant gopher hole or something. It's maybe like 7 or 8 feet across, and around the rim of it are splatters of blood, tufts of what looks to be goat hair, and a human hand.
Keep our goat children away from the hole. And ourselves.
This seems dangerous.
Let's stand far away and throw something in the hole to see what happens.
I cast Wyvern Watch at the exit of the cave.
Poof. It appears. Misty pattern. This is like not it's a pretty steep hole. You know, it's not a nice gentle curving thing. It's at like a 60-degree angle. It's pretty deep.
What is this hand you said?
It's a human hand.
Buried or?
I'm just totally
It's
ignored that.
lying on the ground. Yeah, no one seemed to care.
I mean, is it attached to anything?
Nope.
Oh.
It's
Is it
looks like it's been ripped off of a person somehow.
got anything on it?
It has so I guess it comes down to about the wrist, and it's got like a little leather bracer that goes around it. It is a left hand.
Well, I hope this guy was not, left-handed.
You're so thoughtful, babe.
Nielsen the goat. Nielsen.
Nielsen. What a good name.
It's a good name, right? So Maurice and Nielsen. It's a good name.
Shame on you.
So, should we do? Let's throw a rock. Great idea, babe.
You-
Pick up a rock.
You toss a rock in, and you can hear it like clattering against the sides, and eventually like rolling to a stop somewhere down there.
Hey, who is there?
What tasty goats we have out here.
I go, meh.
Meh. Comes one of the goats from behind you.
Nice. I can communicate with the goats, babe. Have you seen that?
Oh my gosh, you speak goat?
Was it Maurice or Nielsen?
I was behind you, you couldn't tell.
Oh. I
But it
bet it
could
was
have been.
Maurice, babe. It must have been Maurice.
Well, it seems like we found some shelter for the goats at least. Why don't you herd them in here?
Are you crazy?
Into the
Wait,
pit.
we're not going to leave them, are we?
No.
Well,
We were
surely,
just, like,
since
trying
we
to
can't
look
care
at-
for them practically.
I mean, look what happened. There's blood and stuff here. We don't want to leave the goats. What if something happens to them?
We can provide for them just fine. They're just eating grass and stuff. Goats are like the easiest pets.
Yeah.
They are.
We shouldn't leave them. You don't want more things to die.
All right. I continue forward.
I look backwards. Is something currently eating the thing, Neil?
Is what eating the what?
She wants to know
Are the goats okay?
Yeah, they're fine. They're just making goat noises.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what they
Because
do.
your goat noises were like going descending, and I was like, is the goat in trouble?
I'm just
'Cause
trying
you're
not
like-
to speak over you.
Okay,
I'm
because you're
trying to
like,
provide ambient background music
okay,
with my voice.
because it felt like the goat was dying in your acting.
Well, very clever. Well done.
wouldn't want to hang out with them.
It would have been pretty good though, as we're facing forward. Neil is just like slowly dying.
You guys keep walking along until you see what looks to be a collection of mud huts appearing on the horizon. They're probably a couple miles out right now, but they're unequivocally mud huts. They've got like a pointed roof and then like walls. And since there are basically no trees around here, they've got to be made out of mud.
Huts ho!
Cool. I walk. Let's see. We're walking along the coast, right? So are these huts along the coast?
Yes, they are along the coast.
All right. Well, yeah. Huts ho.
Let's ho.
I start singing some sort of minstrel tune as we stroll in. Something, kind of satirical almost, like making fun of being a minstrel. Like, I'll tell you a tale of a person who sang. They sang and they sang and they sang. Just trotting in.
All right.
I'm super bored, so he's being rambunctious.
As you approach this small collection of huts, you see people kind of popping up and coming over towards where you are, and you see a lot of other goats around here. You see dozens of goats, maybe even scores of goats, and herders that go with them. There's some dogs yapping in the distance, and you are approached by 4 people, 2 men and 2 women.
I take out my revolver.
You have a revolver?
She does
I know.
not have a revolver.
I was like, when did we add guns to this game?
She's always wanted to do a Western campaign.
I did, and your music sounds like a western, so I was like,
We have talked about doing a Western campaign for many
Man.
years.
It might be the next one we do. I don't know.
so
Hi,
happy.
we have 10 goats for
I
sale.
would buy myself a cowboy hat, and I'd wear it just for this.
I mean, then okay, never mind. Bunny trail ended. I kind of hide Maurice and Nielsen behind me. I'm like, hello.
Oh, well, are you talking about Nielsen or Nielsen? Because that's another goat.
No, Nielsen.
Oh, okay, that
Yeah.
one.
Alright. The 4 people approach and speak in a Cuban, which means I think only Kellen can understand.
Yeah, and
the first
I
one.
sound really refined in a Cuban.
Yeah. The first one that speaks is an elderly woman, maybe not elderly, but like early 60s. And she says, "You there!"
I'm sorry, I don't speak a Cuban. I say in common.
Pardon my friend, he finds himself unable to communicate with such genteel people as yourselves.
I look in surprise at Kellen's accent right now.
Because my Cuban was taught to me in frou-frou school.
Mhm.
So
Oh, okay.
it's a really, really frou-frou way of talking.
Do I understand a Cuban too then? No?
No.
It was an elective. I took it when you were busy with something else.
Watching sunsets apparently.
It was during that one trip you were on,
Where
those special drugs.
Oh.
Where did you get those goats? Those look like my son-in-law's goats.
Pray, who is your son-in-law?
Osborne.
Is he left-handed? Does he wear leather braces?
Yes, he has a bracer. No, he's not left-handed.
Ah, good. I was scared for a sec. Oh no, I don't understand. Never mind. No, I don't say anything.
I hate to be the bearer of such horrific tidings, but we happened upon a hand on the road next to a hole. And I fear it may be the hand of Oswald.
How could you possibly know such a thing? You've never seen him. How do you know what his hand looks like?
Now,
That's ridiculous.
That if you are the first person I've talked to in this town, perhaps it makes sense that the hand I happened upon in this universe would be your I don't know.
As you're
practicing our Kuban together.
As you're saying this, you feel the ground begin to tremble at your feet. And quickly erupting, maybe a dozen feet behind you guys, is a massive insect-like creature. It has a long snout with mandibles on either side. It looks a little bit like this. It bursts out of the ground, maybe 8 feet across, creating a hole much like the giant gopher hole that you saw before. And gives a loud.
No!
I'm sorry, can I see that again?
Thank you, guys. Every time Neil shows a picture of a creature, I'm always like, oh god, no.
Does it look like it is crawling out of the hole at all?
It looks it's looking at the goats. Let me put it that way. And the goats are very close to it.
No, Neil!
This is not a problem. Let's continue.
Let's just say.
Can't just leave it there. We need to kill that
All
thing.
of this time, we've been fighting these meaningless battles. These things never have any treasure on them.
But
Okay,
they will
so-
sing songs of us in legend if we can defeat such a thing.
No,
I mean,
God's life means
they'll
nothing
sing
to
songs of
you.
legend.
So this monster bursts forth from the ground, and you guys
We're
start
attacking.
talking about
No,
whether or not to
no,
fight the creature
no,
while it starts
no,
eating your
no, no.
goats.
I'm
Not
attacking.
eating them yet.
It's a
Defensive stance.
We're actually going to go to our break, and when we come back from the break, we will do our battle. So see you guys on the other side. Bye-bye.